So it's Friday the 18th of June, Thursday the 18th of June. So did the update on Saturday. So everything's just grown so quickly. We had amazing thunderstorms last night. So I just wanted to give you an update on the balcony, but also just talk about both. This one's a Campanola, so trailing bell flower, beautiful. I put it in because it's a brilliant covering plant. This is my bonus bed, as I've said before. It went in last year, but just I can imagine it. You know, I'm going to keep watering this over winter and stuff. But you can imagine it taking hold. There is a fight going on now between this and the pansies, and obviously the pansies also went in last year. So often you might hear things like deadheading. So the trick with pansies, they are very resilient, and I just saw this one this morning. So when it gets to this stage, sometimes the petals are falling off, but you can kind of see it's there. If you just what you have to do is literally just break it off like that. The trick with this, because what a pansy wants to do, it wants to, when the petals fall off, then the middle bit, this little bit here, wants to form seeds. So the plant is constantly trying to form seeds to drop, and obviously these won't really grow because because of the culture and the climate and things like that. They're not really always depending where you are. But if you want to keep them flowering, you just by deadheading them when they get to this stage, it just prolongs it. So this is, I mean, a year ago these were like just a few plants, and here they are a year on. So there's another one here. You can kind of notice it's a different shape. So I tend to go a little bit lower just to kind of keep back the foliage, so it's not too much. And there's one at the back there. Literally, so I just use my thumb here and break it off there. You can see that the petals were just falling off there. So that's a little trick for pansies. You see this one, like they're already loose. You don't want to get to the stage where the petals have fallen and it's already forming, because they're forming in the seed sac. So yeah, you can totally see this invasion is going on. So I'll see how the pansies do with this. You'll see on this video if you keep watching, going over the weeks. But this beautiful plant, if I was to plant a garden fully and had some beds, I would have this lying low, because it doesn't get too high. You can see it's only a few 10 inches above. So you could have bigger plants and bigger trees coming on top, but it just fills the space, and it's green the rest of the year, and then it comes with this beautiful flowering. So I'm a big fan of this one. It's fairly new to me. This is the second year. It's a big fan. Anyway, this is this bed. We had a great thunderstorm last night or this morning. Huge overtalling. So everything's on this side of the balcony is a little bit wet, as you can see. So I won't need to water these baskets, but I'm also going to do some planting right now, so there'll be a little bit more in a moment. So the tomatoes these all need watering now, because I don't think they got any didn't get wet. These are stoning ones. I went for a walk yesterday along the beach, along the coastline, and see this growing on the ground naturally. Very Estonian plant, but looks beautiful. And because this one's been here a little while, it's hanging down lovely. So yeah, peppers are still going well. I'm going to put something new in today as well. That'll be a bit of a surprise. So we'll see how that goes. And these are the leading tomatoes. But all the tomatoes were planted on the very same day. So this is just, this is a particular variety. Certainly getting to this stage looking good. And each plant has got at least a couple of these flower things, and flowers are what turn into tomatoes. So that's at least 20 bunches per plant so far. So we'll see how that develops. I thinned out a little bit. I think maybe in the next video, on another video, I'll show you about pinching out. I never really understood it, but it's easy to kind of see it and demonstrate it. It's where you get like little branches coming out at a 45-degree angle. So it's okay to have these ones, but maybe here, for example, in a bit I'll pinch that one out. But I'll probably do a separate video on that. But that can be pinched out, because then it's allowing the tomato to focus on this branch and not too many extra ones. So that's what that is. And that's really it. So I will see if there's any more deadheading down here. Again, and these one in the corners, these are doing quite well as well, getting quite bushy. Oh yeah, so in terms of the beans, so remember, for those that are new to this series, this I'd planted out these tomato plants early. They were my strongest at the time, but I kind of thought it was too cold and they would die. And they looked pretty dead. So then I put the beans in, but now tomatoes have come into full life and the beans are coming up. So there's this whole mix on. So the biggest bean is here. It's huge now. I tied this one up yesterday because beans want to be tied fairly early. So that's got its first little tie in, but it's already grown up here. You can see. So that's fantastic. Pansies under there, this tomato plant. But there are other beans as well. So there's 2 beans coming through here, which I don't know how much light they're going to get. A bean here, there's a bean at the front. This is a second biggest bean. So there's one at the back there. So they are coming up. So that's interesting. And as for these, there's nothing really. And these deadheading, I don't think that one here. You just see how the petals fall off. So it's, you know, it's probably long gone already. I try and remove the petals just so I can notice if they drop off from another flower in the future. But yeah, these have all got a little bit wet. You can see the rain, but this far into the balcony they haven't. So it's actually a good little test. They got wet. That's probably just splashed from the bar, because I would have thought how heavy the rain was. If they'd been in a garden, they might have been flattened. The tomatoes would have been strong enough, but I think with the rain we had last night, if you lived in Tallinn, you'd have heard this tremendous thunderstorm in the early hours. You know, the flash and then the thunder immediately after, so right on top of our heads. But yeah, that's we're up to. That's the thing. So I wanted to show you about deadheading and the campanola, which is the Latin name, or the bellflower. So that's the star. And yeah, in a future video, hopefully see these will open. I guess seeing these were bulbs planted a year ago, they never really flowered last time, so we'll see what they do. I'm suspicious about this heather. I'm not sure. Yeah, whether it's alive or not. It does flower more late summer, so we'll see what that one does. But everything else is here, and yes, I've got another 40 pots. So they're at the end, just behind the thing. You probably can't see them, but I'm going to plant them up now. So when you see the next video, you're going to see all that planted up. That's basically taking all the best ones that are grown inside and repotting those, and as well as some of the ones that are in small pots. So I've got capacity for something like 40 something plants. Using this, most of this, maybe this will be gone, who knows. I hope I've got enough. It was a lot when I bought it, but we'll see how much it lasts. Anyway, that's the update. I'll leave you with my favourite bonus pot. Alright, till next time, bye.